children. A very good afternoon to all of you. You know, in the last section, we completed the lesson motion. I hope you all completed the notes. But I got only 20 or 21 notes. So all should complete your notes and send it to me. Then only I can add your number in our WhatsApp group. Okay. Then today, to clear the doubts of the question answers of textbook, I'll send a PDF. By using that PDF, you can clear your doubts. Again, any problem is, you can contact me. In the last section, you got an idea about motion and the physical quantities like what is displacement, what is distance and all. So, today we can summarize this lesson. So, we can just revise the important points, equations and question answers of this lesson.
Please go through the important points of the lesson. The first point that we discussed in this lesson are distance and displacement. Distance. The actual length of the path travelled by an object is called distance travelled. Displacement. The shortest distance between initial and final position is called displacement. Both are represented by the letter S. Distance is a scalar quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. That means distance have only magnitude. Displacement have both direction and magnitude. Speed and velocity. The distance per unit time is called speed and the displacement per unit time is called velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity and displacement or velocity is a vector quantity. Uniform speed and non-uniform speed. If an object travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the object is in uniform speed. If an object is traveling unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then the object is traveling with a non-uniform speed. Acceleration. The change in velocity per unit time is called acceleration. Uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. If an object changes its velocity equal in equal intervals of time, then the motion is said to be uniformly accelerated motion. If an object changes its velocity unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then the motion is said to be non-uniform acceleration. Graphical representation of motion. In this, we learned two types of graphs, that is, distance time graph and velocity time graph. In a distance time graph, distance is along y-axis and time is along x-axis. In a velocity time graph, velocity along y-axis and time is along x-axis. Equations of motion and the graphical derivation of equations of motion. Then we discussed about uniform circular motion. The important equations that we studied from this lesson. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. That is, V is equal to S by T. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. That is also equal to S by T. Acceleration equal to change in velocity by time. A is equal to V minus U by T. Average speed is equal to total distance travelled divided by total time taken. Average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. That is, A is equal to U plus V divided by 2. Equations of motion. There are three equations of motion. They are V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Speed of an object in uniform circular motion is given by V is equal to 2 pi r divided by T. Let us discuss some numerics. All the questions it is not possible to solve. I selected some questions and solved. Okay, you have to solve all the questions, and if you have any doubt you can ask. So the question number 1, a motor boat starting from rest on a lake accelerate in a straight line at a constant rate of 3.0 meter per second square for 8 seconds. How far does the boat travel during this time? So, here the initial speed u is equal to the starting speed is equal to 0. Then time t is equal to 8 seconds. Acceleration a is equal to 3 meter per second square. Then we know that s is equal to ut plus half at square. So, from that relation, we can calculate the distance traveled. So, substitute the values for u, t and a in this equation. We will get s is equal to 0 into 8 plus half into 3 into 8 square. So, s is equal to 0 into 8 is equal to 0 itself. Half into 3 into 64, which is equal to 96 meter. Thus, the boat travels a distance of 96 meter. A train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second square. Find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. So the train is going to stop. Here the initial speed, what is the initial speed? The train is traveling at a speed of, that is the initial speed. So that is 90 km per hour. Then it is given in the kilometer per hour, so we should change into meter per second. So that already we learned how to change. So here u is equal to 90 into 1000. 90 kilometer is equal to 90 into 1000. The whole divided by 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60 second. That is u is equal to 25 meter per second. Then the final speed v is equal to 0 because the train is going to stop. Acceleration a is equal to minus 0.5 meter per second square. So that is meter second square is there, that is meter per second square. Okay. Distance traveled s we want to find out. So we can use the relation v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So v square is equal to 0 square minus 25 square is equal to 2 into minus 0.5 into s. So 0 is equal to 625 minus s, that is 625 meter. S is equal to 625 meter. Thus the train will travel a distance of 625 meter before it is brought to rest. Next question. A trolley while going down an inclined plane has an acceleration of 2 cm per second square. What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the start? After 3 seconds, what will be its velocity? So, here what is initial velocity? 0, and final velocity we should find out. Okay. Then acceleration a is equal to 2 meter per second square. Time t is equal to 3 seconds. So by using the relation v is equal to u plus at, v is equal to, substitute the values for u and a and t in this equation. So v is equal to 0 plus 2 into 3. So v is equal to 6 centimeter per second. So Thus, the velocity of the trolley after 3 seconds will be 6 centimeter per second. State which of the following situations are possible and given an example for each of this. An object with constant acceleration but zero velocity. Next question. An object moving in a certain direction with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction. Answer. First question answer. An object with constant acceleration but zero velocity is possible. For example, when an object is just released from a height, then it is being acted upon by a constant acceleration of 9.8 meter per second square. But its initial velocity is equal to 0. An object moving in a certain direction with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction is possible. So how is it possible? Just see. For example, when an object is moving with uniform motion in a circle, then the motion of the object at any instant of time is along tangent to the circle at that instant, but the acceleration, that is the centripetal acceleration, is along the radius of the circle. So which is perpendicular to the direction of motion along the tangent. So complete the notes and send it to me. In the next video, I will show the name list of the students, those who send notes to me. Okay, so all should complete the notes and send it to me, and I will attach the PDF, or I will send the PDF through WhatsApp. So please go through the PDF and check your answers yourself and correct it yourself. Okay, after all completing this, send the notes to me. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.